Today, we're going to tackle a huge problem, one that affects pretty much all of us in the modern world. How do we transform our scattered, notification-filled workdays into powerful sessions of deep, meaningful productivity? We're going to figure out how to stop being just busy and start being truly brilliant.
Oh, you know this feeling. I know you do. Your calendar was jam-packed, you answered a million emails, but that one big, important project? Yeah, it's still just sitting there, completely untouched. It's this universal frustration, and today we're going to unpack the science behind why it keeps happening and, more importantly, exactly how to fix it.
Okay, first things first, we have to name the enemy. It's what author Cal Newport calls shallow work. And believe me, it is secretly sabotaging our ability to do anything of real value.
So what is this enemy? Well, shallow work is basically all the activity that fills up our days but doesn't actually build our careers. It's the low-value, easily distracted while doing it kind of stuff that, let's be honest, almost anyone could do. You can think of it as the administrative quicksand of our professional lives.
Sound familiar? Yeah, this is the daily grind for most of us. Bouncing between emails, Slack, our calendars. It feels like we're working, but really, it's just rearranging of deck chairs. It keeps us occupied for sure, but it doesn't move us forward.
Now, this is the really crucial point. This isn't just about wasting a bit of time here and there. Newport warns that a constant diet of this shallow work actually damages our brains. It's like trying to train for a marathon by only walking to the mailbox. You're not just failing to make progress, you're actively losing the ability to run.
So if shallow work is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's the superpower of the 21st century knowledge worker. It's called deep work, and this is where the real value is created.
Deep work is the total opposite of shallow work. It's that state of flow, where you're completely immersed, zero distractions, pushing your brain to its absolute limit. This is the zone where you solve the hard problems, you master new skills, and you produce work that is not only valuable, but really, really hard for someone else to just replicate.
I mean, just look at the contrast here. It is stark. Deep work is demanding. It creates new value. It actually makes you better at what you do. Shallow work, it's the exact opposite on every single metric. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, where are you spending most of your day?
Okay, so we know what we need to do, but how? How do we actually do it? Well, let's look at the daily blueprint of people who have totally mastered this, based on a study of 50 successful entrepreneurs. Their secret isn't some big, grand idea. It's all in their morning routine.
Every single entrepreneur in this study shared these 6 habits. They do not check their phone first thing. No way. They move their body to sharpen their focus. They decide their top priorities before the world's chaos can take over. Then, and this is so key, they tackle their most important deep work first. They consume valuable information, not junk food for the brain. And finally, they anchor themselves with a small act of purpose.
And this right here gets to the core idea perfectly. Success isn't random. It's engineered. It's built on a foundation of consistent, intentional habits. These people aren't relying on willpower. They're relying on a system that basically automates their success.
So how do we build a system like that for ourselves? How do we make these incredibly powerful habits actually stick? Well, for that, we need to dive into a little bit of behavioral science. See, at the heart of every single habit, good or bad, is this simple but incredibly powerful loop. There's a cue, which is the trigger for the behavior, the routine, which is the action itself, and a reward, which is the little something that tells your brain, hey, that was good, let's do that again. To build a new habit, you need all 3 parts. So here are 6 evidence-based strategies to do it. Now, the most important one, the one that's absolutely essential, is a stable environment. You just can't build a habit of deep work if your phone is buzzing every 2 minutes. You have to make the good habit easy and the bad habit hard. And here is a perfect real-world example of how to break a bad habit. In India, drivers honk constantly. It's just an unconscious habit. This simple button made that unconscious action conscious. Every single time a driver honked, this little button flashed and bleeped until they manually shut it off. It made the habit annoying, and guess what? Honking dropped by 61%.
This quote just nails it. It gets right to the heart of the matter. We often think change is all about motivation, but sometimes it's just about friction. Make bad habits harder to do and good habits easier to do. Put your phone in another room when you need to focus. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Add friction to the bad stuff and remove it from the good stuff.
All right, let's bring this all home. Because mastering your habits and your attention, it isn't just about productivity hacks. It's about something much, much deeper. It's about consciously designing your future self.
Look, the ultimate goal here is not to squeeze every last drop of productivity out of your day. It's to reclaim your time and your attention so that you can invest them in the things that genuinely matter to you. It's about building a life of intention, not a life of just reacting to everything.
This is such a powerful closing thought. Big wins, they don't come from these grand, heroic efforts. They accumulate, day by day, in the small, consistent choices you make, especially in that crucial first hour. That is where your future self is being built, right there.
So I'll leave you with this question. Forget the whole system for just a moment. Just think about tomorrow. What is the one deep, meaningful task that you will protect time for? Just one. Decide that tonight and you are already on your way.